What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We are now in the preseason of 2023. If you missed the offseason, I did stream it. I'll leave a link right up here so that you can check that out. I won't be going over everything we did in the offseason in great detail because I do have that video, and you can fast forward it and watch it however you would like. But I will go over a few key things. We did have a good draft. We were unable to sign Daniel Jones. He didn't want no part of Frank Dog and the New York Giants. He's actually a free agent, and we offered him a 2-year deal, exactly what he wanted, and he turned us down. So then we went out in the NFL draft and we traded up, and we got quarterback out of Alabama, Bryce Young. We actually traded up for, I think, like a first-round pick and a second and a third, but after what happened to get that trade, I am actually going to go back in and trade another first round pick, because the trade that happened between, what was the Saints and I can't remember who it was, just a few days ago, the Saints gave up another first round just to move up like 1 or 2 spots in the draft. In order to keep this realistic and be honest, I think we need to give up another first round pick, which will mean we're giving up a first round pick for this upcoming draft. We'll do that in a second, but before we do that, I do want to go over the roster so everybody is just aware of everything that happened. We did do the progression report as well, so if you wanted to see exactly every single player that got increased, you will have to look at that. So starting off, Bryce Young at quarterback. At the running back position, Gary Brightwell is still leading. We did draft BJ Baylor out of Oregon State, who looks pretty good. Now, overall, he is better than Gary Brightwell, but remember, I'm keeping things realistic based on performance. I don't care about their stats. If they perform well for us, they're staying. They'll get a starting job. If they're not performing well, even if they are a 90 overall, they're out of the door. Kind of like James Bradbury. He was like an 80s, and he just played terrible. He's gone. He's not with us anymore. We do have Raheem Moser, who I got as a third down receiving back. He's got 95 speed, so he's got really good speed. He's a good third down back. But I'm be honest with you, I don't know if we're going to keep him. He's going to have to really impress in preseason. And then we got Muhammad Ibrahim out of Minnesota at a 64 overall. Now, Muhammad and BJ, I think, are obviously not as fast as Raheem Moser, but catching and carrying is pretty in line. I think Raheem really, the only reason he's a 73 is obviously because of that 95 speed. Now, fullback, we went out and got Blasphemy Game, so we got a nice fullback there in free agency. Another big signing by New York is DK Metcalf. He was on the free agent market, so we went out and we got him. Along with Aaron Rodgers, we almost signed Aaron Rodgers, but we couldn't because he wanted way too much money. The game actually just would not let us sign. So we got DK Metcalf. We got Kenny Galladay, Darius Slayton. Kadarius Toney is still hurt. We went out and we still kept OJ Howard, but we got Hayden Hurst and Drew Sample. So we still got some good speed at the tight end position. Remember, tight ends, I really like to throw to those. And we'll also talk about our offensive scheme and defensive scheme. We did switch that up. Of course, we got Equano. Andrew Norwell was a big free agent signing for the left guard spot. Cameron Jurgens still holding it down at center at a 68. He really didn't progress a lot. Equano's up at an 85. Andrew Thomas is still at an 82. And Charles Cross is at 81. I think Charles Cross might have been like at a 79 last year. Dexter Lawrence holding it down still at the left end position. And then Kayvon Thibodeau at an 84 is at the right end position. So it's pretty good progression for him. At defensive tackle, Leonard Williams. And then you see it falls off pretty bad. We got Tershawn Wharton and Deslin Alexander. So defensive tackle is also another weak spot. And that's actually something we're targeting in the draft this upcoming year. Drake Jackson still holding it down at 79. Outside linebacker, doing pretty good. He was, I think, our best defensive player last year. We drafted a middle linebacker, Stephon Thompson, out of Syracuse at 68 overall. We were not able. I wanted to trade back up in the draft. If you watch that draft video, you will see that I actually made a mistake and fast forwarded to my next pick. But I wanted to go out and get another middle linebacker early in the second round, but we were unable to do so. Azeez Ojulari is still holding it down on the outside linebacking spot on the right side of the defense. Corner Adoree Jackson still here. We did go out and get Levi Wallace to replace James Bradbury. Darnell Holmes is still holding it down in our slot corner guy. And then we got Zion McCollum from last year and Aaron Robinson. And then safeties is Xavier McKinney and Julian Love. We did go out and pick up Cade York, rookie, out of LSU as a kicker. So we're going to have a little kickoff battle. We're going to see who kicks the best, and then we'll go from there. And then we got Tommy Townsend As a punter, he's got a huge leg. 98 kicking power is really why we got him. I did want to go here and let you know we did change up our scheme a little bit. We're still doing the single back aggressive, which is what we did last year. And we've got the 46 defense. Now, this defense is more about stacking people in the blocks, the box, and bringing heavy blitzes. And you know I love to bring blitzes. So to counter that, or to not counter it, but to go with that, we got the Indianapolis defense playbook, which is a 4-3 scheme, but it's focusing on generating pressure. And that's more with the defensive line. But I think with that and the 4-6 defense, we're going to be able to bring a lot of pressure, which is exactly what I like to do. And then for the offensive playbook, we switched to Phillies to match what kind of the Eagles do with Jalen Hurts. We're going to kind of do with Bryce Young because of the speed, and let him progress, and then we will advance our playbook to something more pro style. Last but not least is the sliders. So I didn't change a whole lot, because usually when I do my sliders, I do hours and hours and hours of games on sliders before I even make adjustments. So we're just going to have to do this as the season goes along. So quarterback accuracy, I decreased that a little bit. I thought Daniel Jones was a little too accurate. He did miss some throws, but I didn't see a lot of throws being missed under pressure whenever it was like underneath it. I think that he should have missed. So I decreased it by 5. Pass blocking I thought was good. I thought pressure was generated very well for us in our face. Wide receiver catching, we saw that there was passes being caught and dropped at times, so I was very happy with that. Run blocking was the biggest thing I changed. I thought running was way too easy, so I've dropped it down by 15, and I'll probably drop it even more as the season progresses. Because again, it was just way too easy to run, and we were so good at running that I want to kind of counter that as well. We increased fumbles just a little bit since we're running more when there should have been more fumbles. As far as coverage, I thought everything was good. I thought that the quarterbacks were able to find, I'm talking about the CPU quarterbacks, were able to find open receivers. Our defenders were able to go in and deflect. Oh, we did drop, I think, a few interceptions that I thought should have been caught. We were dead last in interceptions in the stats for last season, so I'm going to increase that just a little bit. And if they're catching way too many interceptions, we'll dump it back down. But I thought pass coverage, reaction time, all that was good. I thought our tackling was good as well. Quarterback accuracy on the CPU side, everything else is all the same except for pass coverage. I increased the pass coverage for the CPU, so they'll be a little bit tighter to our wide receivers, tight ends, running backs. And then I increased their tackling again to offset the running. Okay, I thought sometimes we were breaking too many tackles, really close to like 1 or 2 yards, and we just kind of like fell right through the tackle. Hopefully that kind of fixes that, and then everything else is the same. I thought penalties were good. Didn't see a lot of pass interference, so I'm gonna bump that up by 5. I'm really worried with the mod that maybe that would cause it to be too much. And then fatigue, injuries, all that was good. There were a lot of injuries, but still not as many as there are in a normal NFL season. I know it seems like there were a lot because we had a lot of key players hurt, but we've got a lot of injury prone players as well. So I think that's it. Let's go ahead and start the weekly strategy for this upcoming new season, new look. We're going up against Joe Burt and the Cincinnati Bengals. And I think on this, we're just going to advance. We're not really going to do too much. Teams really just don't do that. So we're just going to keep it at what it is. I'm very interested to see if Bryce Young will be able to have a good, oh crap. Look, speaking of Kadarius Toney and OJ Howard, look at that. Both get hurt. So Kadarius Toney has broken ribs and OJ Howard has a complete MCL tear. So 5 weeks and OJ Howard is now out for the season. So, oh my God. So what a welcome back to this game and this mod. OJ Howard is now hurt. We went out and we got Foster Moreau. He's got decent speed, but it looks like Hayden Hurst is just going to have to show out. I mean, 87 speed is kind of in line with OJ Howard. And of course, we know OJ Howard is injury prone, and that sucks. First game or first practice of the new season, and he gets hurt. But that's how the NFL is. Now, I did say that I wanted to do this trade to make it more realistic. Back to the Raiders. That's who we traded up to get Bryce Young. They were actually projected to get Bryce Young. So I'm guessing the Raiders weren't sold on Bryce Young quite yet. And they decided to take the first round pick, and we'll give them our first round pick for this upcoming season. And I just think that's fair. Again, I think this is realistic. We went out, we were aggressive. We traded up to get Bryce Young, and you got to pay for it, right? So we're going to submit this offer. So we no longer have a first, second, or third round draft pick in this upcoming draft. So we better be successful. Welcome back to MetLife Stadium as the Super Bowl champions with a new quarterback under center. Bryce Young out of Alabama is looking to try to repeat their success from last season. And it all starts today as they are trying to improve as number 9, Bryce Young, here at home in the preseason going up against another young and upcoming quarterback that Cincinnati has, and his name is Joe Burrow. Can't wait to see these two young quarterbacks today in the NFL preseason. All right, so remember, we're just going to play the moments. We got a big third down, make the stop. We'll play all of them, and we're going to do all 3 preseason games right here, right now, and we're going to just see what our team looks like. All right, so here we go. We got Dexter Lawrence. I don't know what you're doing there, but here's Drake Jackson trying to break some pressure on Joe Burrow, and he does. So that will force the 4th down as we generate a little pressure. That's good down. Big third down, make the stop again. All right, so still 0-0 game here in the first quarter. So first team offense and defense still out here. Let's get Thompson out, Stephon, see what he's about. He looks quick. Joe Burrow scrambles out to the left, looking to get rid of it. No, he just throws it, picks up the first down, falls forward a little bit as he gets tackled by Xavier McKinney. Joe Burrow in the preseason, not afraid of a little contact as we are now in the red zone. That's handed off to Joe Mixon, one of the fastest running backs in the NFL. We get a chance to see Bryce Young. No, Dustin Crumb's in, so we didn't even get to see Bryce Young. That'll be, have to wait till next game. Dustin Crum was also somebody that I was willing to play the season with. He kind of shined for us a little bit. He gets hit as he gets rid of it. He showed up big in that wild card game that gave us an opportunity to beat Tampa Bay and got us into the Super Bowl. We got very lucky in the playoffs. It was no easy feat for sure, but we definitely got lucky in that as we got Muhammad, who gets his first catch. Muhammad is in motion. Daniel Crum under center by himself here. Dumps that off to Tolbert. We got some action last year, just a little bit, but has looked good in flashes. And I want to see this running back. I want to see Muhammad. I want to get a good feel for him, see what he does. 1st and 10, let's see what he's got. Runs it forward a little bit. That's okay, nothing special. I'd like to know, tell me down in the comments below who your favorite player on this new look New York Giants roster is. I think mine's Drake Jackson. I really like Drake Jackson. And Gary Brightwell, of course. We got a flag on the play, so we'll have to scratch that first down. Now we got a 2nd and 13. But yeah, Drake Jackson's probably my favorite player. And then second that with probably OJ Howard. Nice throw, Dustin Crum. Rambo not able to hold on to that. I'll tell you what, Dustin Crum's pretty accurate. He just doesn't have the speed that Daniel Jones and Bryce Young has. We forced that one, and we'll have to kick the field goal. Graham Gano is in, so we don't get to see. Oh my God! See, that's on me. That's what you call a shank in golf. Played Madden since really the last video, so you can tell I'm still a little rusty on kicking. Got a 4th down and 3. We're blitzing. We fall down. That allows the running back for Cincinnati to run all the way into the red zone. Harris there with a nice run. We tripped over our own defender. All right, let's see if we can get a 3rd down stop with this defense. Control Brown here. Oh, we almost intercepted that. Brown not with the speed that a Drake Jackson or Stephon has. It's a nice hold there. We'll hold them to a field goal, and we'll be down 10-0 at the half. Nice. Quincy Roche, backup linebacker, outside linebacker, with a nice little pass deflection on that play. As I feel like Cincinnati has been in the red zone all game long. 2nd down and 10. Wow, threading the needle. 3rd down and 3, get the stop. Nice. pass breakup. All right, we get this ball back. Dustin Crum looking to try to get this touchdown for New York. So we've seen a lot of Muhammad obviously are here early on. He's going to get the bulk of these carries in this first game. He falls forward again. We're going to throw this. Colin Johnson would be somebody here we could get this to. Potentially. Nope, we don't have anybody. Scroll out. Dump that off to our new tight end, Moreau. And he gets the touchdown. It's a good thing to see with OJ Howard hurt. Moreau coming in and getting that touchdown. So we get the ball right back here. Nice turnover by our defense, I'm assuming. We got the ball on the 15 and we got a chance to take the lead. Oh man, we had nowhere to go. Just dump this off Muhammad, or no, it's Baylor, BJ Baylor. That's our first look at him today. Nice catch and picks up about 13 on the play. I like that. Dustin Crum with the ability to scramble outside the pocket, set his feet and make a nice little throw. Can we make our field goal? We're already 0 for 2. Finally. Holy crap, another turnover and we get this ball right back again. So as long as we don't turn the ball over, we'll get at least a tied game out of this. After a nice run there, we've got a first down and goal, ball on the 5. Muhammad off to the right of Dustin Crum, and he almost gets the first down, but he is hurt as well. That means Raheem Mostert is in. The new free agent signing, he gets stuffed at the line. Raheem Mostert, 4 rushes for 5 yards. It's not looking good for him. Oh, let's go for it. BJ Baylor's in. We're gonna dump off a little screen and see if he can find some open space and get the touchdown. Yeah, he can. All right, BJ Baylor's. He's impressed me this preseason game. All right, so 2 minutes left in this preseason game as Cincinnati looking to try to tie the game up or take the lead. 1st and 10. Purdy looking to try to find somebody, and he just has to get rid of late here in the 4th quarter. Darnay Holmes, man. Wow, what? That looked a little all Madden-esque to me. I wanted to look at this again. This is another thing that we need to look at for sliders. Now, I like that because Holmes is looking in the whole way. And he just jumps that route. I thought at first that looked like an all Madden. I mean, he is kind of like spinning his feet here, but that's just the animation all Madden. And he does kind of glide, but I think the glide was to make up for him like chopping his feet there. You watch that in real time. It's really not that bad play. He turns, he looks in, and he just jumps the snap. It was also thrown a little bit behind the tight end. That ball should have been thrown more out front. So, no, I think that's good. All right, so first preseason game up. Giants get the win. BJ Baylor. Keep an eye on him, Giants fans, as he gets a touchdown there to win the game, but he also runs for over 100 yards. So let's go ahead and get the second game started. We already did our weekly strategy, and luckily we had nobody hurt. That's a good thing. I couldn't deal with that 2 weeks in a row. We're going up against the Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett. I do think that, of course, Deshaun Watson's not in this because we had already started it well before the whole Deshaun Watson trade. So that means Baker Mayfield is still in for the Cleveland Browns. The dog pound is loud. We're going for it on 4th down. I want to see Bryce Young, see if he can't make something happen with his legs. Oh, man. Is that Myles Garrett? Yeah, it's hard to do anything with him coming off the edge. All right, we got a 3rd down stop here. Baker Mayfield, 3rd down and 8. Bring the pressure. Ooh, Xavier McKinney. Nice pass break up there on that play. The 2nd down. Bryce Young's still in. Ball on the 50, so another chance for them to score. Let's see what he's got. I want to do a lot of passing. I want to get a good feel for Bryce Young. He threw a duck. As they're going for it on 4th down, a little play action. Drake Jackson right in coverage, and Baker Mayfield dumps that off to Austin Hooper, who falls forward and picks up the 1st down. All right, so we pick things up in the 3rd quarter, and our offense has we didn't even get a chance to do much there. Oh, man, I missed that sack. And Felton is gone. Holy crap. Second string defense in. Let's see if we can't get the stop. Force them to kick a field goal. Kareem Hunt's still in here. See more Bryce Young in the next game. I'm hoping. He'll play 3 quarters. Kareem Hunt chugs forward and he gets the touchdown. 17-0 Browns. Crum finds Rambo there, who picks up the first down. I like how Dustin Crum sits in the pocket. He's got poise and he just delivers strikes. Oh, Jesus. Talking about poise and sitting in the pocket, and we just gave it up. Down to 4. We're going for it on the 30 in preseason, like this is a real game or something. I'm telling you, man, Dustin Crum, there's something about him. I mean, that was a nice ball that he just threw. There's just something about this guy. I really like him. Maybe we shouldn't have traded all of our draft capital for Bryce Young. I'm also not giving Bryce Young a fair shake at it either, right? All right, let's give this to Raheem Mostert. Let's see if he can get a touchdown, prove that he deserves to stay on this team. And he barely gets that. I'm still looking for defensive pass interference, just as an FYI. Look at that. Dustin Crum, man, with the moxie. We're throwing that in to Jalen Tolbert. All right, so after a little bubble screen, we got the ball here on the goal line, and BJ Baylor comes in. I mean, all right, so we already know Gary Brightwell, BJ Baylor for sure. 3 minutes left. A field goal would win it. Can Dustin Crum do it again? I'm telling you, Dustin Crum, he's got it. Oh man, nice pass breakup. Dustin Crum with delivering a strike there. I wonder, yeah. There's Muhammad, nice little catch. Has the wherewithal to get out of bounds and save some time on the clock. Get Muhammad a chance at a goal line carry. His catching's good so far. Crum is 20 for 29. Right, so let's kick the field goal. Graham Gano, do you want a job in the NFL? He says, yes, I do. All right, we take a 1-point lead. All right, let's see if this defense can make a stop. I want to see these backup edge rushers. Can we get some pressure? Absolutely not. I mean, he's just stuck on that right tackle. Speak of the devil. There he comes off the left end. Johnson with a nice pass breakup. Tried the bull rush. That still was not it. Or pass break. I'm saying sack. All right, 4th and 18. Last hoorah for Cleveland. See if we can't get home with Smith. Oh, it got intercepted. Who was that? Robinson. Okay. I was about to say if Darnay Holmes got that again. So we get a win, Giants. Start the preseason 2-0. Things are looking up for Super Bowl champs. All right, so our final preseason game. Hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more of Bryce Young and DK Metcalf. We're going up against Sam Howell and the Denver Broncos. Remember, of course, we started this before the Russell Wilson trade, so that's not in as well. And we're going to, again, play the moments. Hopefully we'll get to play a little bit more of the first half. See what Bryce Young and this offense really has to offer for New York as the start of the season looms. All right, so here we are at Mile High Stadium. And Bryce Young, Sam Howell, who will look better? We do get the ball first. 1st and 10, Bryce Young under center. We got Gary Brightwell in, and he will carry this. Gary, looking good as ever. Nice rush, picks up 10. 3rd down and 3. This is just like a regular season game. We dump it off to Mostert. Who did he get the first down? No, he got Patrick Surtain beats him to the edge, but we're going to go for it. I want to run it. We got Gary Brightwell in. Actually, let's pass it. I wanted to see Bryce Young pass this. Let's see what happens. Pressure got to him. So here we are again in Denver territory. 3rd down to 7. Oh man, it's not looking good. Bryce Young not a good preseason so far. And yes, you did read that right. We are down 26-0 here in the 2nd quarter. Our offense is just not clicking here. It's not what you want to see the game before Oh my God. This is more about me than anything. Graham Gano here. Can we kick a field goal to try to get some points on the board before halftime? Oh my God. Not looking good for New York. So it's the fourth quarter now. We didn't even get a chance to play any of the moments. I guess there's really not a lot of moments to be played when you're down 38-0. So we're going to kick this field goal. We're going to get some points. We're going to not get shut out. But this just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. All right, so we get absolutely smacked. Frank Donk, not happy, but we did finish the preseason 2-1, but you kind of like to win that last game when most of your starters are playing. So our left guard got hurt. He has a dislocated knee, so he's out for 4 weeks, which sucks. It means our offensive line will not be in full go for Bryce Young. So we're going to advance to the following week. We got to cut 16 players. So let's figure out who all of these players are going to be. We'll just go by position. Of course, we only have 2 quarterbacks. We're not going to get rid of either one of those. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Bryce Young does have a hidden development trait, so that's important to remember. A wide receiver, we do have quite a lot. DK Metcalf, Kadarius Toney, we got Kenny Galladay, we got Darius Slayton. I don't really know who we get rid of here. I think of course, it's got to be these guys because we're really not even utilizing them. 86 speed. We'll keep Charleston Rambo here. He actually did pretty good in the preseason. I thought he looked halfway decent. So I think for the running back position, we'll keep Raheem Mostert. BJ Baylor will be our second string running back, with Gary Bryle being our first. Raheem Mostert will be our third down running back in passing situations. And then for Muhammad Ibrahim, I think we just put him into the practice squad. If somebody gets hurt, we'll obviously move him up. I think we just have to cut Aaron Robinson. Even though he's a better player, we just don't need him, and we can let these young guys just kind of develop. So I think that's what we do. We'll just cut Aaron Robinson, and that will finish off our cuts for preseason. There was really nobody big that we had to get rid of. So we'll just go ahead and advance to next week. And we've got our opening game against Washington. Wasn't that who we went against last year? I'm pretty sure it was. We missed that field goal, and they've got still Jonathan Allen at the defensive tackle position. But we'll do that on the next one, guys. Make sure to hit that like video, and I will be coming out with more of your New York Giants football games. And we've got a big one against Washington. And then in week 4, we've got Dallas. So 2 of our first 4 games are against division opponents in the NFC East. It's going to be big as ever to win those and get us back into the playoffs with our rookie quarterback, Bryce Young. I'll catch all of you later.